All right. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How is it going? I'm Is There No One Else? And in today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys and show you guys a discussion that Nyce Gaming and I had on our podcast. For those of you guys that don't know, we are now 4 episodes into Voices of Vera, where basically Nyce and I go through different comments, discussions, important topics as it relates to Ashes of Creation. And we compile that information through either Reddit posts, Ash's Discord, or just updates from the game itself. And so it brings a lot of fun and interesting conversations, not just from us, but the community also brings stuff forward. And it's been a lot of fun. 4 episodes in, I'm having a blast doing it, and would love to see you there. So if you guys want to check that out, we do stream it on Tuesdays, 7:30 Eastern, and yeah. Feel free to check it out or not check it out. But yeah, we had a very fun conversation. And one of the forum posts that came out was talking about Baldur's Gate. And basically, I don't have to explain it. I can just show you what they said. And I thought it was an interesting conversation to have because it relates quite heavily to Ashes of Creation. So without further ado, let's dive into it. Yeah, so somebody posted on the forums. Hold on, let me scroll up here. The Baldur's Gate 3 one. Is that the one we're looking at? Okay. Yes. So it's lessons from Baldur's Gate 3. It's from Nerer. What do you guys think can be learned and used from Baldur's Gate 3 in Ashes of Creation? Obviously, many features can't be directly transferred from a CRPG to an MMORPG, but I think some things can. The attention to detail in the world, in quests and dialogue is pretty amazing. The branching dialogue trees with real consequences are really good in and of themselves. Obviously, we can't have the same level of different permanent consequences in an MMORPG, but I really hope Intrepid focuses on this so NPC dialogues are more than just slightly different flavors with the same outcome. BG3 is setting a new bar, I think, and if Ashes can come even somewhat close to that, it would be amazing. The world design is great, with all kinds of hidden things and areas where you need to pay a little attention. Great for explorer types. The ability to go dark side. I'm playing as a dark urge right now, and I don't think Ashes can or should go that dark because but I really enjoyed the option to not just be a goody two-shoes character. Yeah, we are back to resettle Vera and kick the ancients out, but maybe they really aren't all that bad. Maybe coexistence is possible. Or at least maybe they can be controlled and used. They can be a powerful tool for peace. On the flip side, I think Ash's character creator is going to be superior. For example, I think there are too few options to modify faces and bodies in Baldur's Gate 3, so Ashes will have that going for itself. Oh, and please keep the thread spoiler free. So I wanted to talk about this for a few reasons. Number one, I started playing Baldur's Gate 3 myself on Friday, and I put in like 8 or 9 hours this weekend. I am hooked currently on Baldur's Gate 3. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And the thing is it's been well over a decade since I have touched a turn-based game. It's just not my thing. It hasn't been my thing for a while. It's not that I haven't enjoyed them in the past. It's not my type of game. But I was listening to an Asmongold video, and he was talking about the development team and how they're like, we're not going to have a cash shop, we're not going to have in-game purchases, we don't believe in that, we believe in creating a good game. And you see all these other gaming communities basically mauling over the fact that Baldur's Gate 3 is just so good. I'm like, okay, if other gaming companies are talking about this game, I have to go check it out. And I am now a fan. They have made a fan. And this has been a point I've been trying to make, and why I wanted to talk about this is just because you have your set beliefs on what your favorite type of game is, doesn't mean that you can't be blown away by something new. It doesn't mean that somebody's vision that is done well will not catch your attention and make a great game. Because I had no intention of getting this game. I was paying attention to it. It's been like our buddy Sawman did a video on it in beta, and he said it was great. I bought it the day it came out because I was like, you know what? Whatever. I'm going to try it. And now I'm hooked. And I think the same thing can apply to Ashes. Like, if you're a PvE MMO guy or you're a PvP, like whatever your background is, it really doesn't matter what you think the game should be if the game is done well, in my opinion. And so that's kind of what I wanted to talk about.
I love it. What a great First off, shout out to this guy. What a very well and enticing post here. I really like everything he said here. First off, I have not played Baldur's Gate 3. It is so weird. So I haven't played Baldur's Gate 3, but it's a game I'm recommending to everybody. Does that make sense? Like, I'm like, dude, go play that. You're going to love it. It's like, I haven't even played it, but I watched so many videos on it. I don't know why. I'm weird, even though I don't probably plan on purchasing it. It's a game I know I'd like. It reminds me of that Elden Ring-esque vibe that we got last year when it released, where it's like one of those wins for the gamer. It's one of those games for the people. They didn't do no over monetization. They didn't release the half-baked product and release it in DLC later. They gave you a full feature complete game. And you know what? You know why this surprised me? It was a game that was doing early access. Sawman UK, like you said, covered the game in early access. And usually games in early access, they get better and better and better. And then it's like, okay, we're ready to release. Maybe they add like 2 or 3 characters or something like that was missing. And that's the final product. And you're able to purchase it. This game, it did their early access. And then which was already good. The game was already good. No one complained about the game. They did that, and then their final product, my goodness, they just blew it out the window. And it is just receiving all the deserved praise from what I can see and from what I can tell. It topped the charts. Someone in chat, if you can get me the numbers, or I can pull it up here on stream. They peaked at like 817,000. Like, I just know they're in the top 10 of all time concurrent Steam played games.
Yes.
Something like that. Like, broke records.
And
like
it is a
the
very
amount of
niche
love.
Style game too.
Yes. It is not one of those genres. It's not a new Call of Duty. It's not from a AAA developer. It's one of those games that just, I would say, almost came out of nowhere, and they are doing it right, and it really shows. And you would think, like, games like this, games like Elden Ring, the publishing companies would see this and be like, you know what? We spend all this time trying to monetize and get a lot of money out of our consumers via paid things, loot boxes, and DLCs. They need to realize, and I don't got the exact statistics to back this up, but I think they need to realize they can, if they deliver on the product, like actually put work in for a good product, the sales and the interest and the word of mouth, because obviously that's the only reason I know about this game and think it's great, because of word of mouth and general public and player perception. If you just put in the work, your sales will carry you, and you don't got to crutch on the gotcha tactics, the couple of people that buy the DLCs,
pay for convenience.
Pay for convenience, all that stuff, just to keep people hooked so you can get that long-term money. No, focus just on getting those sales and making a good product first.
Yeah, there's so many aspects to this game that traditionally I am not a fan of. Like, I'd rather do action-based combat than turn-based combat. I'm enjoying it. I would rather do PvP-based game rather than a story-led game. Doesn't matter. And I traditionally skip through cinematics. And I know some people are just going to be like, why? But so many cinematics are so bad, or the storyline's not good. I have not skipped a single cinematic because my choices in interacting with each person changes how they're going to react to me, and it changes the story. And so I am hooked on how I'm reacting to these and like how I'm getting actionable responses and deciding things. And it's a different kind of fun. Like, I'm having a lot of fun playing it. And that's the thing is when a game is done well, just like you were saying with Elden Ring, I never played an Elden Ring or a prequel to before Elden Ring.
FromSoft game. Yeah, that was my first FromSoft game as well.
But I enjoyed that. I didn't finish it, which other people are going to yell at me for too. I went back to ESO. but yeah, like every once in a while, a game comes out that's just done really well, and you may not like the genre, but the game's done so well, you're just going to like the game. And I feel like Elden Ring was that. I feel like Baldur's Gate 3 is that right now. And I think, if you look in the past, I feel like Fortnite was that at one point in time as well, where it's just like it kind of changes how people like development team doing stuff for the gamers. And my stance now is when those types of games come out, I'm going to support them and
Yes.
I'm going to give them a shot. So
I love it. That was very well said on your end. I think that game, I was watching you stream it the other day. I just think that game is going to be it. Something else that I guess we can touch on here, he said at towards the end of his article is focusing so that NPC dialogues are more than just slightly different flavors with the same outcome, really making meaningful questing. So how you spoke about skipping cinematics, I skip dialogue when it comes to questing in an MMO.
Me too.
Like, I'm just like, I'm going to skip through this and there's going to be some sort of way marker that tells me where I need to go next. And I'm going to spam dialogue until they give me my reward. I'm not immersed in the story. Dude, fun fact. I mean, I kind of know what's going on in ESO, like a small tidbit, but not really. But I can't tell you a character from New World.
Yeah.
I can't tell you what is even going on in that game.
I skipped every storyline in New World. I had no interest in it.
It looked bad, unwelcoming. I'm just like, I don't know why I'm doing this. There's a bad guy. He's glowing red, so I know I got to kill him. But that game did not do a good job of making me want to pay attention to dialogue. I do not know any characters in that game.
Yeah.
And I am going so hard on Ashes Creation. I mean, hell, this is the first time in my life I've done this much interest or had this much interest in something before playing it, like done so much research before playing and stuff like that. Ashes, I want to go geek. I want to be a lore geek. I'm going to listen to the dialogue. I want to really be up on this stuff because it actually sounds enticing. And I hope that, and that doesn't mean that they can just go lazy because I'm excited for it, right? I hope that they do it quest dialogue and quest interactions, do it in a meaningful way that really absorb me and really make me care. And just on another little subject, I think that's what the story arcs are going to be. I think the story arcs are going to be that on steroids. So I look forward to that.
Yeah, the main reason I wanted to bring this up is because, first of all, we should I wanted to give accolades to Baldur's Gate and let people know, like, if you're on the fence about potentially purchasing this game, I have nothing but good things to say about it. And as somebody that doesn't enjoy these types of games, it's like, I wouldn't just sugarcoat it. I think it's definitely worth playing. And on top of that, like, you and I see this all the time, nyce, on the forums where people are like, nobody's going to play this game. Nobody's going to play this game. They're not going to play this type of game. Well, if it's done well, and they're paying attention to detail, and you see it with freaking craft bags and craft bag design, like, if they're going to that much detail, there's a good chance a lot of people are really going to enjoy this game. That's all. And so every time I see these criticisms, it's like, you got to look at the bigger picture. I mean, this is pre-alpha 2, but they're hiding so much of the story. Like, they don't want to tell the lore, they don't want to tell the story because they want you to discover it. And I feel like everything they're doing so far has been awesome. And I do think there's a really good chance we're in for a really fun game.